I'd hold on to it myself, but it's probably not necessary.
Okay.
But where's my watering can? You don't happen to have two of them, do you?
No, I do not. I don't believe.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
Oh, man. Probably didn't make a lot of money today. Oh, what's going on?
Oh, this happens occasionally. This little fairy causes every crop you have to finish growing in one night.
Damn it, I wish we had more stuff planted.
Or maybe she's just doing it to that one. I thought it was all of them, though.
Oh. That one parsnip, huh?
I thought Robin is still here just working through the night.
She didn't see anything.
I see nothing. Nothing!
Day 27.
Yep, we're getting very close to the next season. Speaking of which, I'm going to turn my music back on.
My mom saw an article about me in the paper. That's fantastic.
Oh, everything did come to fruition. I saw an article about you in the paper. You're living with that nice fellow. You two are just friends, right?
Yes, Ma. Oh, good, because you know it would break your father's heart.
It'd break your father's heart if he found out. Ma, there's nothing going on. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go fish.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ma, stop it. I have to drop off a bunch of stuff for some of the other bundles here.
Just waiting for freaking summer to start so we can go crazy on summer crops. I'm gonna go nuts with them if I can.
You're going to go ham.
I think I'll spend most of today fishing, though.
Makes sense.
Get some more
Okay,
money, that way we can buy more seeds.
Common mushroom, red mushroom, purple mushroom, and a morel.
Oh god, if we plant a lot of stuff, it's gonna be such a pain trying to water all of it.
Yeah, but we can actually build sprinklers soon. Or you can at least. I can provide you the materials. We could eventually have an entirely self-sufficient garden here. Or honestly, if we just start, like, if we get one of us to have a watering can that's silver quality, like iron, that waters a 3x3 square every time you use it.
Ooh, I want that. Do you have to have a copper one first, or can you go straight to
Yes.
silver? No.
You have to have a copper first.
Could I go to him now and have him make the copper one?
You could. Frozen tier, earth crystal, quartz.
I bet I'll need some copper bars, though.
We have plenty, though.
Coming back.
And I'm trying to get like as many things as possible for the community center all at once.
Well, the more stuff you do, the more stuff we get.
True. Okay, bat wings, slime, and solar essence. We have a few of those, don't we? Bat wings and slimes. I think we have enough.
How many copper bars will I need?
5.
By the way, I petted the chickens, but I didn't
And
have my cat, so I guess...
Slimed.
Damn it.
Oh, shit. Oh, you did pet the chickens, though?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't pet our cocks, I don't know what's gonna happen. We gotta keep them happy.
Yes. Ugh. It's so weird not having to...
I'll stop with these jokes eventually, but I'm not gonna be able to stop myself from making jokes about you being on cock duty. That just... The fruit is hanging way too low to avoid there.
Is that a second play on words?
Might be. I know I don't do those often, but, you know.
Oh, wrong way. I do not want to go to JoJo Mart.
Have you been there yet?
Yeah, I have. It was totally deserted.
Yeah, I think there's like one lady in town who works there, and then there's that creepy asshole who runs the place.
Yeah, he's got such a creepy smile.
Come in. I don't have bodies in my closet.
So,
Hey, I got a charcoal kiln.
Nice. How long will it take for him to upgrade the bucket? Like 3 days?
Yeah. So it's basically always 3 days.
You're the first customer I've had in 10 years. That's great. Can you upgrade this bucket? Yeah. How long will it take? About 3 days, but it's just a bucket. I'm gonna make this last.
2 days if you love me.
He's just dragging it out because it's the only work he's had in forever.
3 days and a hug. What? Nothing.
Who are you? I'm Scruffy. Janitor.
Just so lonely.
Why aren't you fixing this? I'm on break.
Scruffy's gonna die the way he lived.
Didn't he end up like owning a majority share of the whole company? In that
Scruffy
episode?
believes in this company. I love that character.
Oh god, this fish really wants to get away after I got the treasure chest. It knows.
On some instinctual level, it's realized being captured would be a bad idea. I don't think this person who's baiting a hook has my best interests at heart.
It'd be so like an awful way to die. Just having a hook shoved through your lower lip and then, you know.
But then again, though, this is also a creature who most of the ways a fish's life are going to end are not necessarily like with their loved ones curled up in like a comfortable place. I mean, basically, they have on some level to sort of expect, like, yeah, there's a better than even chance I'm going to die because something ate me.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's like the Louis C.K. bit when he's talking about how strange it is that humans are like the only animal that have gotten out of the food chain.
Yeah, nothing really wants to eat us necessarily. I would guess.
I mean, I think plenty of stuff will eat us if it gets the chance, but I mean, we don't really give them the option much.
True.
But, I just thought it was a funny thing, is he's like, yeah, imagine if you, like, every day on the way to work, you're walking down the bus stop, you're just tired, you're kind of dragging yourself, and all of a sudden a puma grabs you. I mean, it doesn't seem to happen much. You're not, like seeing, like, half-eaten human corpses on the way to work.
No. Well, not in Kentucky, anyways.
I mean, Chicago, maybe.
I was thinking more like Detroit.
Yeah, same thing.
Catching a lot more trash today than I would have expected. Slime, Dwarf Gadget, Lunarite, Opal. Man, you were finding a lot of stuff.
I also busted all of our, geodes.
Oh, okay. You're finding a moderate amount of stuff. I need some bait.
Bait does help. You can't build a bait bin yet, can you?
If I can, it didn't tell me that I could.
It may not tell you. It's like a certain level of fishing.
I think I'm level 7.
I know I can't build a bait bin yet, apparently.
What's it do? Just catch worms, essentially?
Now, every day it produces between, like, 3 and 15 worms. Or 3 and 15 bait, I should say.
No, I don't think so. That's one complaint I have about this game. The crafting mechanic. It's just like a page with, like, outlined stuff instead of a list, so you kind of just have to hover over it in order to see what the hell it is until you learn.
Yeah. You also can scroll on it, by the way.
Oh, you can just, like, scroll through the things.
Mm-hmm. That makes it go a little faster. I mean, you can scroll through some of the stuff at least.
Yeah.
Weird, I've got friends that will occasionally just like send me a message like, hey, how's it going? And just nothing for 3 hours. Alright. Got my attention. What are you gonna do with it?
Stop jerking me around. Oh, there goes Clint. Off to drink away his sorrows. Poor guy.
Well, I mean, I think we're like the only people in town that makes use of his services, so...
Alright, fish, come on.
You do get different fish at night, so after like 7 p.m. or so.
Yeah, I remember.
Damn it. Hearing you do that made me think mine was done.
Yeah, I've done that a few times on your because of yours. I've learned if we're standing next to each other, I've learned to just look for the visible cue instead of the audio.
Exclamation pork? Exclamation pork. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Hey, I got one piece of bait. Yeah, the problem is I'm usually looking at my phone while I fish.
I don't know why I turned upwards, but I'm now casting out on top of you.
I suppose that works.
It shouldn't. Just one more damn fish. Come on. Please.
You got time.
Seaweed. God damn it.
Still sells. Somehow.
More seaweed.
It is weird to have these like RPGs where like everything has a price associated with it, as if everything has a thing somebody will buy it for. It's actually one of the weirder quirks. Did you ever play any like the Elder Scrolls games?
I mean, but I played Fallout 4, and don't get me wrong, I've sold my fair share of shit to people in Diamond City.
I was actually asking about Elder Scrolls specifically because that game has a sort of a weird side piece to it, in that you can sell pretty much everything, but the merchants don't have unlimited money. So kind of akin to like Fallout in the barter system, where you're mostly bartering and money just takes on the form of like another barter object that just doesn't have weight.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know,
I mean, that's what it's like in Fallout 4 too. You kind of have to, work around them because they never have as much money as what you have to trade for.
Yeah, I think in that one it is kind of similar in some ways.
There's
Actually,
a skill in that game that you can use where you can upgrade them, so they'll have more money.
Here, I'm going to drop off my charcoal kiln just to have it out of my way. It's not worth using most of the time.
Okie dokie.
It just means you can turn wood into coal, which arguably not a great option. Oh, wait.
Huh?
Sorry, I just realized I was doing something stupid.
As long as you realize it. This game is almost too relaxing. It always makes me sleepy playing it.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I kind of liked about it. It's a very sedate and kind of calming experience. And if you look up online, there are some people that have made some ridiculously complex farms in it.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, so it's raining today, so we don't need to water anything, and we're close enough anyway, it doesn't matter too much.
What is there to water?
Not much. But, I can't make sprinkler systems yet. in the end, it's going to be you that can make the sprinklers because you're going to have the
I can
tools
make
for
one,
it.
but it doesn't. It's just a regular sprinkler. I thought you said it wasn't any good.
Yeah, the first one is lousy. The second one is what we want.
Do I have to make this one and then upgrade it with Clint, or do I just have to make the other ones that are better?
Just make the other ones, basically. And I'm going to go down mining, as we're going to need more iron for it anyway, and I can think of a better use of today. Fishing, maybe, but mining... If you're going to be doing some fishing, mining's going to make more sense for me. But, yeah, we just need iron for the second ones. It's like iron, copper, and something else. And I think it's based on fishing, or on farming experience. So the faster we can get you to farming level 6, the faster we can basically automate the watering process entirely.
I'm level 4.
Okay, and actually level 5 is going to give you a big upgrade in that too.
Level 7 fishing.
Ooh, you should check to see if your watering can's done.
I don't believe so. It's only been 2 days. I'll go look though.
Oh, is it only 2 days? I haven't been keeping track.
It's only been 2 days.
Okay, yeah, not yet though. This is the last day of the season though, so you should have it tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. I need it.
Let's see if I can get to level 60.
Actually, would I want to immediately upgrade it to the silver one after I get it? You think?
If you can, that'd be a decent plan.
Instead of just sticking with the copper one?
It's expensive to, I think it's like 5,000 to upgrade it again, but it may be worth it.
5,000, too. We may not have the money for that.
Then again, though, if we're mining, if we're, you know... Ooh, I actually got, I got a ghost fish. Awesome.
Are you fishing in the mine?
Nope, I just got it off killing a ghost. So, ghost fish are a really rare drop off them, but otherwise I would have had to fish for one, and they're kind of a bitch to fish. They're a very low chance to get one.
You need one to complete a bundle?
Yep, exactly. It's one of their exotic fish.
This is brutally calming. Just sitting here fishing in the rain.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, if you weren't here to talk to, like, and if this was just a video on YouTube to watch, it'd be close to like ASMR. You could just use it to go to sleep.
Do you actually have like the volume up and stuff?
Well, I've got it up enough where I can, hear all the sounds and the rain falling and everything.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? I think I just heard something weird.
It is funny that this game is basically like Animal Crossing, except it has a point.
What the hell is that noise? Are there whales that make noises?
Oh yeah, there are not whales, I don't think, but there are like weird whale sound noises you'll hear every now and then. Man, I should have lied to you and told you that I'd never heard anything like that before and make you start to worry that you were hearing things. Damn it.
I thought that I could make a, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a crab trap bucket.
Oh, crab trap? Yeah.
Does that have a durability on it, or...?
Nope, endless. They just need bait.
Ooh. You can just put it in the river and let it go, huh?
Yep. It gives you like one fishing experience every day as long as you put bait in it. Or, like one fish worth of experience. And there are a few specific items that only come from it, like getting crabs or lobsters.
So I could make like 5 or 6 of them and just check them every day?
Yeah, like when my mother first started playing this game, she really hated fishing because she was just really bad at it. So what she ended up doing was making a shit ton of crab traps and just using those endlessly.
Hey,
Took forever, but it'd work.
I don't feel like the fishing's all that difficult anymore. It was tricky
No,
at
it's
first,
not bad.
But...
It's got kind of a Flappy Bird quality to it. It's not quite that difficult.
Never played Flappy Bird.
It was deceptively tricky.
It's just another kind of rage platformer, I guess.
Sort of, yeah.
Although I don't know if it was necessarily made to make you rage.
I know that the developer initially took it off the internet because he felt that it was causing harm to humanity because so many people seem to hate it. May have just been a marketing ploy, but that was what he claimed it was. God, there are so many enemies down here.
What level are you?
59 right now. Oh, great, it's a spiral. It's like the worst layout.
So Goth Kid came out here to the pier where I'm at and just stood right next to me. In the rain.
Look, if you get him to agree to a threesome, just let me know, alright? I've seen good art.
I talked to him and he just said, if you're lucky, you might see a frog in this weather. I was like, oh, okay.
Kinky, I like it.
That's a little weird. I guess he has a thing for frogs.
Again, I'm in favor of that. Not gonna kink shame him. I'm sure if you check Encyclopedia Dramatica or things like that, there's some kind of kink called Battletoads or something.
Oh, that game
Okay,
is
level
stupidly
60.
hard.
Hey, new weapon at level 60.
Yay, better sword.
It's actually arguably worse, but it's called the Crystal Dagger, and it's just you can hit insanely fast with it, and it crits really hard. But it only stabs right in front of you.
Oh, there's no swing, like 3-block swing in front of you?
Yeah, it's a little dagger, but I mean it's still useful. You can hit like 3 or 4 times a second with it.
Yeah. Do we need any gold star clams?
Well, I don't think we need them for anything specific.
Okay.
Gold stars means they sell for more, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if they were like part of a bundle or something.
You can check. I think we already got the clam bundle. But I'm swish.
Yeah, I told you about my experience with Amazon, right?
No, I don't think so.
They billed me for a year of Amazon Prime.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah,
it's a lot more than I expected it
$129.
to be.
I don't know. I guess they realized that I wasn't in college anymore, and they were like, okay, you're not going to get this free anymore. Here. And they just took it right out of my bank account. Like, they didn't prompt me or anything. They snatched it. You
probably could, like, talk to an Amazon rep and get that money back really easily if you wanted.
Yeah, I thought about that. But then I thought, well, I'm not going to bother with it. I might actually use it, and so I'll just...
Yeah, $120 though. I mean, if you really think you're going to use it, obviously it makes sense. But man, I'd be iffy to suddenly just pay that unexpectedly.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm just going to leave it.
That's fair.
Me and Seth are trying to get into the habit of buying more Pokemon cards and stuff online because you can get a lot better deals.
Yeah, I love local hobby shops, but prices are not their strong point.
The only problem with buying stuff online is you risk the possibility, with Pokemon cards, is you risk the possibility of getting Wade packs.
Wade packs?
Wade packs. Like, you know how certain cards like are holographic and they look amazing, you know, all shiny and everything?
Yeah.
They technically weigh a very microscopic amount more than the regular cards.
Oh, so people weigh them and then basically only sell the packs that, you know...
Yeah. So that you could like have a bundle of like packages and you put them on like a little scale like you would have in like a science room to like measure stuff on, you know, like in grams. And if something is just a slight amount heavier than the other one, it's safe to assume that there might be better stuff in that.
Well,
Ooh,
I mean,
eel.
there is
I've never caught a
there is
eel before.
one way around that I can think of.
What's that?
If you bought off Amazon, but you bought a box instead of like a pack.
Well, yeah, we always usually buy like elite trainer boxes or blister packs, which usually come with like 5 or 6 packs all stuck together in a pre-closed package. So it's definitely harder.
That should make it harder.
Yeah. There might still be a difference, but it would be really hard to figure that one out.
Oh, hey, we have a silo now. And the way you need to fill the silo up is you need to use your scythe to cut grass. And when you do that, it will automatically add it to the silo.
Now that we have a silo.
We do have a silo now.
Right, okay.
Also, I'm dropping off my weapon in my older weapon in the gray chest if you want it, the wooden club, which, if you want a wider swinging weapon, it's way better than the sword.
Okay.
Or if you want to grab a dagger of your own, you can go down to level 3. Or level 60, I guess.
I don't know if it's because it's nighttime, or if it's because it's this day of the month, or what the hell's going on, but for the first time ever, I'm catching eels. And they are tricky.
Yeah. I seem to recall those being kind of tougher ones. Yeah, I'm going to harvest a little grass just to make sure our... I'm just going to have some feed sitting in the barn of the chickens.
One more fish.
I wonder where that fish did go. Also, once you have hay in the silo, if you just go into the coop or any of the other buildings like that, there should be a bin kind of overflowing with hay. And you can just click on that to get like a handful of hay and immediately go put it to use.
For... like, what though?
For, like, animals. Like, feed.
Do you have to feed the chickens? Like, or they feed themselves?
If you let them out, and if they choose to go out, they'll go eat grass. If you don't let them out, or they choose not to go out because it's, like, raining out, they will not eat.
Oh, okay.
Not really a problem. They're not going to die. It's just they don't grow as fast. And they
I didn't talk to him today, I don't think. Crap.
I can go talk to him.
Go talk to the chickens.
I'm disappointed you have not been maintaining our cocks well enough. Come on. I can't help it. I enjoy that joke too much.
You're gonna make a lot of money today, I think. I hope. With all that crap I just turned in. Let's see what happens. Decent, I guess. Not as much as I was hoping, but... Day 1 of summer. Yes! Time to plant all the things.
Alright. Should have new music, too.
Oh, open the mailbox, you dick. Oh,
Hey, kitty.
new backpack upgrade.
Nice. Oh, hey, the chickens are grown. Nugget, there you go. You're petting them, right?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna... yeah, machete down that stuff.
Hey, how many silver pieces will I need, do you think? 5? To get the
5.
next...
Pretty much always 5. So you want to take care of that and getting some crops?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the next bucket upgrade going.
We don't have enough to buy the next upgrade. We need 5,000.
Oh. Fudge.
Also, we want to hold on to that money to buy crops anyway.
Well, we do have, what is it? We have 18 melon seeds, which we could do, because there's summer.
Yeah, let's do melon. If you can get like a handful of blueberry, hot pepper, and tomato, those are the other ones we need. But melon, I think, is the one we need the most of. So let me see here. Summer foraging? No, that's not it. Pantry. Yeah, we need shit tons of melon, and then we need like just one each, maybe, of tomato, hot pepper, and blueberry.
Tomato, hot pepper, blueberry.
Yep.
Oh, I got a damn geode I need to... I take it with me and let him,
What?
open, I guess. The geodes.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Just take it with me. Come back with my watering bucket and hot pepper seeds and something else you said.
Blueberries.
Hot peppers, blueberries,
Tomatoes.
tomatoes.
See, if you can get like one seed each for those other ones. Yeah, it's blueberry, hot pepper, tomato. And then as many melon seeds as you can
Tomato,
kind of afford.
There's blueberry. I don't see hot pepper. I see pepper,
That's fine. I think that's the right one.
and then just melon seeds for the rest.
Yeah. Oh shit, I actually started watering over here, but I'll leave the rest for you if you're gonna get the new can.
Okay, I don't see melon seeds. Actually, he might not sell melon seeds.
Should.
Oh, there they are. They're at the top. I'm an idiot.
Don't get so down on yourself. Can you get down on yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna fish so I can get us some money.
Oh, okay. Everything looks different colors.
Things I do
all
for this
shifted.
family. Yeah, it changes actually the entire color palette and a lot of the animations per season. Winter is honestly kind of dull because nothing grows. Which I guess is kind of normal for the Northeast. Or, well, you know, North in general.
Yeah. Well, we got some limestone out of one of those geodes, but I have no clue what it's for.
If Gunter doesn't want it, sell it.
Did you already give him some?
You can check if you mouse over it and says Gunter may want to blah blah blah. Then yeah, we haven't given one to Gunter yet.
Okay, we have then. I had to collect a reward. I got a singing stone.
You never played Animal Crossing, did you?
No, I've watched some people
Have
play
you
it.
seen the Gravoids?
No. Nope.
So there are these statues you can find buried in the ground that look like kind of like humanoid cactuses, or like from Final Fantasy, the cactuars.
Yeah.
But they look like those, and they make this weird thing where there's like tons of these fucking statues that are all just a little different from each other. And if you put them someplace, they just hold still, but every now and then they'll just like dance around and make this loud like sproing noise as they change shape. And they're kind of cute looking and kind of creepy at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I thought these things were hilarious. So the one time I played Animal Crossing even remotely seriously, I just filled my entire house with Gravoids. Like, it was a bed in a straight line to the door, and everything else was Gravoids. My house was just a cacophony of these things, like, springing and making weird noises. The one friend I had who played my copy of the game thought I was somewhat mentally ill because of that.
Well, what's he know?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think in some ways it's probably more insane to actually play the game normally.
It's funny that someone would say that. Like, you think I'm crazy? My job is to pronounce people crazy. What are you talking about?
Well, there was a famous example a while ago of a researcher who was, he's a psychologist researcher, but he was researching psychopathy and especially sociopathy, the idea of, you know, what makes a person a sociopath and things like that. And as he's doing all this research, he begins to notice that there's actually a lot of the things he's researching that sound a lot like things he does. So he has his students give him some of the testing involved and finds out that he's like 100% a sociopath.
Jeez, what did he do?
He just had never guessed. I mean, it's not hard to imagine in a sense, but it's just weird to have somebody who like hits that hard on it. especially in that profession. I mean, sociopaths tend to do very well in business, but I wouldn't think in a profession like psychology.
So, what's the difference between the copper watering can and the regular one? Because I don't see one.
Hold down the button. Well, even if you don't hold down the button, it has a lot more capacity for water, so you have to fill it less often.
Okay, I see that now.
Do you see how it does like the 3 in a row?
Yeah. That helps, I guess.
It does a little bit, but the next upgrade is the really big one. If you can upgrade it with silver, then it does 3 by 3.
Oof, God, I can't wait to get that.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. Or if this game was Rune Factory, where you eventually, like... Because I mean, this game is very similar to Rune Factory. Rune Factory was like a much larger game in a lot of ways. There was like 18 different upgrades to your watering can. And the last one, you made it out of... you were... This is a game kind of like Monster Hunter in that you're killing massive monsters in order to get like materials to make specialty weapons. So by the end of the game, you're doing things like, killing random demigods to get like the rainbow ore that comes out of their beard to make, magical swords and staves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you could apply the same materials to making your farming equipment. So by the end of the game, I had this like weird, like prismatic watering can made out of like 3 different gods worth of material that when you tried to water your field, your character would leap into the air, sprout rainbows, and like water the entire field in one attack. It was ridiculous, but it was very helpful. Saved a lot of time. Ooh, damn, what did you spend money on?
I got some more melon seeds, and man, did I just barely
perfect.
make it, because it turned 5 o'clock the second I got to the desk and he walked off, but apparently he doesn't have to be standing there as long as you can start the conversation.
Nope. That is quite correct. Really makes you wonder why we need him there at all, doesn't it?
It's one of those shops where you just put the money in the bag, and then just, it's a good faith kind of thing.
Oh, have you seen the Amazon stores that do that now?
No.
They've been testing these out in a few cities, but it's a store that has no employees. You walk in and it uses your a combination of cameras, a phone app, and some other stuff to monitor what you're walking around with. And you just walk in, pick up what you want, and walk out. You never do anything else. And it just automatically charges your Amazon account.
Huh. Neat, I guess.
Still kind of experimental, but it's a neat idea.
It reminds me of those, like, I think it was a meme, to be honest with you. It was like, McDonald's employees complaining about, wanting higher wages, and McDonald's response, it just shows, like, the automated, like, ordering machines instead.
Yeah.
Just like, well, fine, you're gonna complain, we'll just get rid of you and use a machine instead. It's cheaper anyways.
Yeah, that's certainly, I think, what they're kind of aiming for in some ways.
Yeah, most times I go to McDonald's, It looks like they assemble my food by throwing it in pieces from, like, yards away. It's like, I know you're working fast food, and that kind of sucks. Everyone has to start off at a crappy job. You're probably some teenager who doesn't care, but, I mean, come on. At least try to make my food look halfway appealing,
Yeah. I'm kind of torn on that, because I can kind of see that to some extent, but the same idea, I really wonder if you paid them an actual living wage, would they actually give a shit about the job instead of, like, viewing it as just kind of a thing?
That's it. Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure if it actually would, though. But it makes me, at least feels like it's the kind of thing that I'd want to find out if that made a difference. And it may be a societal thing, too.
Well, that'd be like a good case study. If you go out and ask people, if you were making $5 more an hour at your current job, would you be a better employee? And I guarantee you everyone would probably be like, yeah. And then you're like, okay, well, we're going to give you $5 an hour. And then you just go and you wait and see.
Yeah, I'd be curious if it was a higher amount of... I think there's probably limitations. Like, there was a study done a while ago where they were trying to see if money had a significant impact on happiness. And they found that a person's subjective sense of happiness increased up to around $75,000 a year. And that after that, changes really didn't make any difference.
I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, and that's per person, by the way. But, because, I mean, that basically meant that at $75,000 a year, you don't have money troubles in most cases. You can afford a vehicle, you can afford a place to live, you can afford pretty much whatever food you want. You can't afford every luxury in life, but you can afford most of them. Like all the basic stuff you're going to want.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, if you're like a McDonald's type place, I mean, you kind of want to make sure that people want to work there. I mean, you can't make somebody care just by telling them. Otherwise, every business in existence would have already done that. They certainly try. My impression is the only way you're going to get people to care is if you have a job they honestly feel that is important. Like if you go the route like teachers, where you pay teachers like shit, but at least, a lot of them really take a lot of personal satisfaction from the work, so they often care enough to put some real effort in. Or you have to make them, like, really want to keep the job for other reasons. Like, if you're, it's like the Costco thing. I mean, Costco actually treats their employees really well for a lot of other reasons, too, but Costco, I mean, like, there are people who are in their 70s, or like 60s and 70s, who are still working at Costco just because the benefits are awesome and they love the way that, they get treated there. Yeah. And I get the feeling that if McDonald's was like, okay, we pay $5 an hour more than every other place around us, a lot more people are going to be there like, fuck me, I'm not risking this job. Like, I'll work my ass off if it means I get $5 more an hour under most circumstances.
I mean, $5 more an hour for every paycheck, that could be a substantial
that's a lot
amount of money on a 40-hour week,
Oh no, I mean that's perhaps even a higher amount than is realistic under normal circumstances, but
do you hear like random whistling, by the way?
Oh yeah, that's a bird.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going insane.
You live in the country, you must know this.
Well, it sounded like a person just randomly whistling.
Well, it might have been actually originally.
I keep thinking this game's halfway haunted, to be honest.
Well, one of the starting conditions you can have is an area that has monsters in it. So I think they actually would have that.
Okay, going to... Well, don't know how much money we'll make today. Thank God you went fishing.